Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on our digital world. We're talking about the absolute foundations, the stuff that lets you do everything from shopping online to connecting with friends. We're starting right at the beginning.
Really think about your day so far. Did you order a coffee on an app? Maybe video call a friend or download something for school? It's crazy, but all of that, it all comes from the same place. And today, we're going to connect those dots, from its kind of nerdy scientific beginning to how it literally runs your daily life.
All right, so if we want to understand how any of this actually works, we've got to start with the bedrock, the absolute foundation of it all, and that is the internet itself. Think of it as this invisible engine just humming away in the background, making everything, and I mean everything, you do online possible.
So, what is it, really? Well, at its heart, the internet is just a massive, mind-bogglingly huge global network. The best way to get your head around it is to imagine a worldwide system of roads. Seriously, you've got these giant undersea cables that are like the superhighways, and then the smaller cables in your town are like the local streets, and they all exist for one reason: to connect billions of computers so they can all talk to each other.
Okay, so for this whole network to actually work, you need four main ingredients. First up, you need the physical stuff, the hardware, right? That's the servers, the routers, those massive undersea cables, the actual roads. Then you need rules for the road. These are called protocols. Think of TCP/IP as a universal language for traffic, making sure all the data gets exactly where it needs to go. Third, you need a vehicle to drive on these roads, which is your software, like the web browser you're using right now. And last but not least, you have us, the users. We're the ones creating and consuming everything on this network. Now, this next part is super important because it trips a lot of people up. The internet versus the web. Are they the same thing? Nope. Let's stick with our road analogy. The internet is the entire road system, the highways, the streets, the whole infrastructure. The World Wide Web, on the other hand, is all the stuff you find along those roads. It's the buildings, the shops, the libraries, the websites. You use the internet to get to the web. The big takeaway here is the web runs on the internet.
All right, so we've got our road system. But a road system is pretty useless without places to go, right? You need destinations. And that is where websites come in. So what's a website? Well, it's pretty much just a digital location. It's the digital version of a storefront or a library or an office. It's one of those buildings we talked about that you find along the internet highway. It's a place you go to find info, maybe buy something, or just connect with a company or person you're interested in.
And just like a real-world building, every single website needs three key things to exist. First, it needs an address so people can find it. That's its domain name, like google.com. Second, it needs a plot of land to be built on. In the digital world, we call that web hosting. It's basically space on a computer called a server. And finally, once you have the building, you got to put stuff inside it. That's the content, all the text, the images, the videos, everything you see.
And this is where things get really, really powerful. Think about a normal store. It has opening hours, it serves a local area. A website, it's open 24/7 to the entire world. It becomes this direct line to customers, always on, always accessible. It's a total game changer for businesses.
Okay, let's recap. We've got the roads, that's the internet, and we've got the buildings. Those are the websites. So the next logical question is, how do businesses get people to actually show up and visit their digital buildings? Well, that, my friends, is where digital marketing comes into play.
And listen, this whole digital marketing thing didn't just pop up out of nowhere. The evolution has been insanely fast. Back in the 90s, we had these clunky, flashing banner ads. Then in the 2000s, Google came along, and suddenly SEO became a huge deal. The 2010s were all about social media, turning marketing from a monologue into a conversation. And now, today, it's all about hyper-personalized, data-driven marketing on a massive scale.
So if you boil it all down, digital marketing is just all the stuff a company does to connect with you online. It's like putting up billboards and handing out flyers, but instead of doing it on real streets, they're doing it on our digital highways and inside our favorite online hangouts.
And I want to be crystal clear about this next point. Every single piece of digital marketing, I'm talking every social media post, every email you get, every ad you see on Google, all of it relies on the internet. The internet is the superhighway that delivers it all. No internet, no digital marketing. Period. It's that simple.
Okay, so to really grasp why digital marketing is such a big deal, we got to look at what it replaced. It's time for a little showdown. Old school versus new school. Let's talk about traditional marketing versus the digital disruption.
Just picture a glossy magazine ad or a big flashy TV commercial. What are the problems? Well, for one, they cost a fortune. You're also kind of just throwing your message out into the void, hoping the right people see it. It's super hard to know if that ad actually made someone buy something. And maybe the biggest issue? It's a one-way street. You're just shouting at people. These were the exact problems that digital marketing came along to solve.
And this chart right here, it just lays it all out perfectly. With traditional marketing, your reach is pretty limited. With digital, you can target a specific person on the other side of the planet. Cost, traditional is super high. Digital is way more cost-effective. And measurement, this is a big one. Traditional is basically guesswork. Digital is precise, and you see the results in real time. And interaction? Forget about it with traditional. Digital is all about interaction. It's a complete revolution. So do you see the pattern here? Every single benefit of digital marketing is a direct solution to a major headache of traditional marketing. It's too hard to reach the right people? Boom, now you have global targeted reach. It's way too expensive? Well, digital is much more cost-effective. I have no idea if my ads are working. Guess what? Now every single click is trackable. It's a complete paradigm shift.
All right, so we've covered the what and the why. We know what the digital world is built on and why digital marketing took over. So for this last part, let's get down to brass tacks and talk about the how. What are the actual tools in the modern marketer's toolkit?
Now, the list of tools is massive, but it all really boils down to 4 main pillars. First, you've got SEO. That's just the art and science of getting your website to show up at the top of Google. Then there's social media marketing. That's about building a tribe, a community on places like Instagram or LinkedIn. Third is content marketing. This is about creating useful, interesting stuff like blogs or, hey, even a video just like this one to provide value and attract people to you. And finally, there's email marketing, which is all about building a direct, one-on-one relationship with people right inside their inbox.
And there you have it. From the actual physical cables lying on the ocean floor all the way up to the marketing strategies businesses use today, you now have a solid map of how our digital world is put together. We've seen just how ridiculously fast this all changes, right? So the big question I want to leave you with is this. When you look at these tools and see how far they've come in just a few years, what do you think is coming next?